There's a biological glitch in the human brain that makes $100,000 feel exactly like $40,000. You might think you're immune to it. You think, if I just hit six figures, I'd be rich. But fast forward to today. You hit the number. You are in the top 18% of earners. But when you look at your bank account days before payday, you are sweating. You aren't saving more. You aren't investing more. And here's the terrifying part. You are actually more vulnerable now than when you were broke. Economists have a name for this specific type of person. They call them H.E.N.R.Ys. High earner, not rich yet. It's not because of inflation. It's not because of taxes. It is because of 5 specific psychological traps that strip mine your wealth before you even see it. Today, we're going to fix the leak in your wallet. We aren't just going to give you tips. We are going to rewrite the code in your brain that keeps you broke. Reason number 1 is the net income illusion. Here's the mistake. You make financial decisions based on the salary letter HR gave you. You walk around saying, I make $100K. I can afford the $600 car payment. That's barely a dent in my income. Wrong. Dead wrong. You don't make $100,000. That number is a theoretical maximum. Let's look at the math, because the math is brutal. You make $100K. Federal tax, state tax, FICA, health insurance, 401k match. By the time that money actually hits your direct deposit, you aren't making $8,300 a month. You're making maybe $5,800. But here's the trap. Your ego spends like it has $8,300, but your bank account only has $5,800. That is a $2,500 monthly gap of delusion, and that gap is where the debt starts. You are pricing a luxury life on a middle-class reality. This brings us to reason number 2, the convenience tax. When you were making $40K, you had more time than money. You were resource rich. You cooked, you cleaned, you assembled your own IKEA furniture. But now you're a professional. You're exhausted. So you tell yourself a very dangerous lie. My time is money. So you stop cooking. You order sweet green for lunch, $18. You order Uber Eats for dinner, $40. You take the Uber instead of the subway because you need to answer emails. You aren't buying luxury. You are buying infrastructure. You are paying a premium just to exist. Suddenly, your high income isn't building wealth. It's simply paying for the maintenance costs of your job. You are running on a hamster wheel made of delivery fees. Reason number 3 is pure neurochemistry. It's the dopamine baseline. This hits hardest right after a promotion. You worked 60-hour weeks to get here. You suffered. So now your brain demands a reward. Friday night, tough week. I deserve the $20 cocktails. Monday morning, hate Mondays. I deserve the $7 latte. Wednesday, hump day. I deserve the new tech gadget. Here's the science. This is hedonic adaptation. The treats stop feeling like treats and start feeling like your baseline. And once something becomes a baseline, like the nice coffee or the premium gym, you physically cannot cut it without feeling pain. You've built a cage of little luxuries that you are now terrified to lose. Now, those first 3 bleed you dry slowly. Reason number 4 kills you instantly. The leverage trap. Banks love H.E.N.R.Ys. When you made $40K, the bank wouldn't look at you. When you make $100K, they roll out the red carpet. They offer you the mortgage that eats 45% of your take-home pay. They offer you the lease on the Audi. Here's the truth. Just because you can make the payment doesn't mean you can afford the life. You move into the luxury apartment downtown because it fits the budget. But a luxury apartment requires luxury furniture. It requires the Peloton. It requires parking fees. You have locked yourself into fixed costs that are so high, one unexpected emergency, one medical bill, one layoff, you are insolvent. You're driving a Ferrari 100 miles per hour on a road covered in ice. And finally, reason number 5, the one nobody talks about because it's embarrassing: social inflation. As your income grows, your circle tends to change, or your current friends start expecting more from you. The group trips aren't road trips, they're flights to Tulum. The dinners aren't tacos, they're steakhouses. There's immense biological pressure to conform to the tribe. You don't want to be the cheap friend. You don't want to admit that even though you make six figures, you can't afford the $200 dinner. So you say yes, you swipe the card. You subsidize a lifestyle to impress people who aren't paying your bills. So how do we fix this? How do we hack the code? You have to use the goldfish rule. In biology, a goldfish will grow to the size of its environment. If you put it in a small bowl, it stays small. If you put it in a lake, it grows massive. Your spending is the goldfish. Your bank account is the lake. If you leave money in your checking account, your spending will grow to consume it. It is a law of nature. The only way to stop the goldfish from growing is to shrink the tank. Step 1. The artificial cap. Don't wait to save what's left over. There will be nothing left over. The day your paycheck hits, 20% disappears immediately. It leaves the building. You must create artificial scarcity. Step 2. Live on the old number. If you got a raise from $70K to $100K, your lifestyle does not change. That extra $30K is not for fun. That $30K is to buy your freedom. Step 3. Define enough. You need to pick a number where you stop upgrading. If you don't define enough, the default goal becomes more, and more is a race you can never win. Here is the bottom line. Making $100,000 is an offense. It's a great shovel. But keeping money, that is defense. If you make $100K and spend $100K, you are poorer than the guy making $50K and saving $5K because he has options. You have handcuffs. Don't let the status symbol of six figures blind you to the math. Be the person who makes $100,000 but lives like they make $60,000. That gap, that $40,000 gap, that is where your anxiety disappears. That is where you actually become rich. Don't just earn more, keep more. I'll see you in the next one.